my friend Ilana Pert here with me today. She is going to talk about how she and her sister tested at the same time and they got differentiating test results. So, Ilana, how old are you again?
I'm 24.
You're 24 and you tested
I tested June 18th.
like recently.
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
tested negative. And
hmm
how old is your sister?
She just turned 20. She got her results 2 days before her birthday.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And she tested positive.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you kind of walk me through what that was like? Because I know that was probably a shock for both of you guys.
Yeah. So we found out that HD ran in our family in February. I had no idea what it was. I wanted to get tested right away, like
Okay.
that week, but my sister was like, Alana, like, can we get tested in June together? Because she's in college in Arizona doing her school, and she was like, I don't want to do this alone, and I don't want you to get your results like, and then like me worry. So
Yeah,
then
of course.
I didn't want to, but for her I did. So we planned this out in February for June 18th. And just leading up to it, that was really hard. I coped differently. I was like on Google 24/7 searching up all the symptoms. And
Yeah.
Mia, like she didn't even think about it. Like she was like, I would try to talk to her about it, and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. And
Yeah.
then the day before results, she came home. We went to Disneyland the day before to
Well, that's
get
good.
yeah, to get ourselves distracted. And
Mhm.
then her results was at 8 o'clock in the morning. And ours was
Mhm.
with a Zoom call. So hers was at 8 a.m. and mine was at 10 a.m. So when I got home from Disneyland, we made a pact. So I was like, when you get your results, I'm going to get donuts. I don't want to know your results
Mhm.
until I get my results.
Okay.
So like we woke up that morning super early, super tired from Disneyland.
Mhm.
It was a lot of emotions during that. My mom was hysterical. My dad was just kind of like there. And then
Mhm.
even my dogs kind of fell a shift. Like they don't usually whine and they were kind of all whiny. And then so I went, me and my boyfriend, or my boyfriend and I went to go get donuts. And I just sat there and I couldn't even eat the donuts. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's 8. Like at this moment, she's getting her results. And then I told my mom texted me after and she was like, okay, like it's done. If you want to come home now, you can because Wes, the guy that did our results, he was like, he actually has time for you now instead of waiting until 10. And I was like, okay, like I want to do that. And then on the way home, I told myself I didn't want to know her results, but I couldn't. So I was like, Mom, like, what are her results? Because I was so convinced she was positive or she was negative and I was positive.
Mhm.
And when my mom was like, she's positive with the CAG of 45, I never felt what I felt before. I was just like, oh, like what? Like, because like the whole time I was just like, oh, Mia, she's negative, I'm positive. Like, I was so convinced. So then I never seen my boyfriend cry like that either. He was crying. Like, it was this whole, I never felt that. So then I went
Yeah.
home and then I was in my sister's room and I just grabbed my computer and I went on and I was like, okay, like, just tell me. And he was like,
Mhm.
Alana, like, you're negative. Like, I think I have 17 over 23 or whatever that is. And
Mhm.
like I like felt my body like tingle and I was like, "Are you sure that's right? Like I'm negative and she's positive. Like is it mixed?" He's like,
Mhm.
"No." Like and then I was like, "Okay." So then we went to SeaWorld. Like we cope really weird. So then we went to SeaWorld and then we didn't talk about it rest of the day. Like it was just kind of like not there. And
Mhm.
then the day after was when all the emotions kind of hit. And since
Yeah.
then, it's kind of been like
Yeah.
yeah, she's coping pretty well though. Better than
I feel like that it's such a wild thing to get test results at the same time, like
me.
especially when you think that you're the positive one and your sister is negative and that ends up being different. Did she ha did you do you know if in her mind she thought she was positive or negative and what she thought you were?
She said she didn't know at
Mhm.
all, but she did think it was me as well. And I think it's just because my anxiety is so high and I just was so like, it's me. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know why. I've always suffered with like really bad anxiety and OCD, and I just like it truly felt real. Like I was prepping that I was positive, but she thought she didn't know. She
Mhm.
didn't know. She never had that gut feeling. My gut was obviously wrong. So I
Yeah.
learned that for the future, your gut's not always right.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
But
I
yeah.
feel like, and that's tough. I mean, it's so great that you're negative, but I know you also have to go through that survivor's guilt
Mhm.
feeling, feeling like, oh, like I should have gotten it instead of my sister. And through that survivor's guilt, is really tough. And I know a lot of people in the community struggle with that as well. I'm sure you, or I hope that you heard about it a little bit at convention,
Yeah.
the HDSA convention, and found some community there because I that's really important to have, whether you are positive or negative. But I'm shocked that you just now found out that HD was in your family in February. So how did that come about?
Well, my dad's been showing symptoms for about 6 years. During COVID was when like for the first time I was like, something's wrong and it's not normal. And my dad's mom, I love her, but she
Mhm.
was always kind of odd. And I remember as a young kid thinking like, she's odd. I don't know what's wrong with her. Like the way she moved was funny and the way she spoke. And it made a lot of like all of her like life choices in the end like just didn't make sense to me. And so when my dad started showing symptoms, I was like, oh, this is really similar to my grandma. So that was kind of like a trigger to me. I was like, I don't think this is coincidence. Like this has to be some type of bloodline. I don't know. I
Yeah.
was 18 when COVID hit. So I was like kind of young still. And then throughout the past 6 years, my dad and I, like, I feel bad about our relationship kind of started to get ruined because I could have handled this differently, but I would constantly bag on him and be like, Dad, something's wrong with you. You got to go to the doctor. You got to do something. And he was convinced it was my anxiety. And every single day, he's like, Alana, stop with your anxiety. Like, you're making me feel crazy. I'm not crazy. Like, this is you, not me. So, like, it was this whole thing. And then, like, my mom, eventually, she's like, Jason, something's wrong. And it ruined the dynamic of the family. We always had a healthy, really, I grew up really nice, like a nice, well-rounded family, and this was the first time where the dynamic was unhealthy.
Yeah.
And then eventually even like when his sister was like something's wrong, he was like he didn't believe it, but he was more willing to go get
Mhm.
tested for things, and the doctors kept misdiagnosing him. He kept doing like cognitive tests, like, oh, he's completely fine. And his movement test was completely fine. And I was like, are we looking at the same person? Like, are we like this is how you're like I don't understand how you don't see what I'm seeing. But then eventually one day his sister went on the internet and we searched up many times like what are these symptoms, but it never
Mhm.
said Huntington disease ever. And for the first time it said Huntington disease. I had no clue what it was. I never heard of it, and I did my like after she told me like this could be it. When I did my research, I was petrified. And then for my dad, and then when I found out that my sister and I had a 50-50 chance, I was even more petrified because I just graduated college and my credentials, and I'm going to be an elementary school teacher, and my sister like she's in college, so it was just a really bad timing because before all of this, like I was like in a big part of my life, like moving out, getting a job, being an
Yeah.
adult. So then
Transitioning into adulthood.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I felt really stuck.
Mhm. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy that that was dropped on you so recently, and I'm sure
Yeah.
it was shocking to find out that it was genetic. Um, and then going through testing and everything, that is just insane to me, and that takes a different kind of strength. It, I was kind of in the same boat. Like my family,
Mhm.
I don't think my grandfather ever got like officially tested, but that's what they thought. No one in our family, I don't think ever got officially tested.
Oh wow.
I think I was the first one. Yeah. So I totally get that shock factor.
Yeah.
Um
Wow.
but yeah, it just takes a different kind of strength, and I'm so glad that you are finding different pockets of the Huntington's disease community so that you don't have to feel so alone like you're going through this by yourself, because that's what this whole thing is for, is
Mhm.
to feel a sense of community and to know that we have each other. And I think that brings me a little bit of peace, at least.
Thank you.
But I just want to thank you so much for coming on and talking to me today, Ilana.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, thank you.
yeah, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much, Ilana. You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.